po ninyo ang tiwala in a 45-day campaign period, mahirap pong ma-rebuild. It will take time for that
Pero
tiwala.
ang paniwala ng iba, Ms. Malu, when you react, you become defensive. Kanina, nabanggit mo na you have to be offensive on this, di ba?
Sir, kasi sa akin, the best defense is offense. And when you just say, when you be your authentic self, you're opening yourself, ito ako hindi totoo yan. So kung hindi nyo sasabihin hindi totoo yan, ang mga constituents nyo will always say, oh, tinan mo, nagnakaw yan. Oh, tinan mo, yumaman yan. Very hard to control. Especially during a very heated 45-day campaign period. Wala na ho kayong chance to clear that out. So bago pa mag 45-day campaign period, sinagot nyo na. And then you can reshare that. Then you can, push it and make it viral.
So, Mr. Chair, kailangan sa online din, kailangan gumamit.
Yes, sir.
Kailangan gumamit ka din ng vlogger.
Yes, sir. Ay, hindi, sir. Pwedeng
Hindi.
ikaw na sa sarili mong page.
Ganon.
Oo, kasi yun yung authentic self mo Kung pag ginamit mo sa mainstream media, it becomes fodder for news. Lalaki yung issue. 'Di ba? Pero kung sa page mo lang sinagot mo yan, hindi totoo yan.
Oo.
Ito ang aking pag-aari, ito ang aking paniniwala.
So, it is not enough, for example, like sa SOCMED, fake news. Hindi naman kinukuha ng mainstream media yan. So, it's not enough na hindi ito kinukuha ng mainstream media sapagkat hindi naman totoo yan, di ba?
Yes, sir. Kasi forever nandyan yan. May footprint nung negative reaction sa'yo. So you really have to, kung minsan nga, katulad doon nung exchanges kanina, yung pala 3 years ago pa yung video. So it remains there. And if you don't respond, then it becomes truth. Kaya nga ho, kanina ang sabi ko, in politics, there are shades of truth.
Thank you. That's quite a
Thank you,
revelation to us.
Ang problem doon na Congressman na Abante,
Yeah.
nakikita ko diyan kasi di ba lumabas yung content mo na gano'n. Tapos ayun na meron naman na makita tayo ng mga bots reaction na. Mga reaction, heart, lahat 'yon. Kung bots nga 'yon, artificial intelligence and bots. So, yung explanation mo, mababarage na naman siya ng mga messages na biniyaran nila. Like for example, ngayon, target ka, target ako. Target tayo lahat. So, babarage nila yung yung content mo Ang maganda lang pag Facebook mo, pwede mo silang i-block. But yung kapag na-share na nila yun, tapos babarage na naman nila ng bots, lahat ng messages na naman, ayun na. Yun ang problem. And that, where the CICC will come in. Di ba? Ma-dig deeper yung source. Di ba? CIC, if I may, Congressman, kasi may may konting traction doon sa sinasabi mo. Sa CICC kasi, kaya nyo yung makita yung source ng mga gumagawa ng mga bots. Di ba? And by doing that, that is false information and not subject to freedom of expression. Kasi nga bots So madali yung makita lang natin yung pinaka-source sino yung mga gumagawa nito.
Sir, just to qualify,
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, and I think it's the same for all law enforcement agencies here. What we can see is similar to what Facebook sees. So yung age nung time, for example, bagong account ka. Pangalawa, yung trending pattern ng account. At saka, kumbaga sir, they're all circumstantial. Nakikita mo na bagong account, multiple accounts, same postings, tapos yung behavioral pattern mo is mabilis kang mag-respond. Then malamang, bot ka. Tapos ang followers mo inorganic. O pwedeng either bumili ka ng dating page, tapos
Na may laman na.
na may laman na, tapos binago mo lang para yung likes mo, yung likes ng lumang page nandoon, or talagang walang like yung page mo, pero pag ganun post kasi sir, malamang ma-detect ka rin ni Facebook, matatag ka rin, matatanggal ka rin kasi may auto May automatic feature din si Facebook. So the same way, sir, and this is available to any Filipino, by the way. The statistical the analytics of social media is actually publicly available. So this is something that we are looking at. So circumstantial siya, we don't see actual bots, but we see that's too fast for a human,
Yeah.
and you don't have organic likes, and you're too many. So, yun po.
Exactly. So, mixture eh. Mixture siya eh. Kaya, ang hirap mag-rely lang doon sa, pag nakita mo yung post mo, tapos andyan na yung banat sa'yo, ang dami na. So, ika-classify mo siya kung siya ay bot, ika-classify mo siya kung siya ay organic na binili.
That's correct.
Tama yun. At meron pa tinatawag na troll farms. Iba pa yun.
Tao yun.
Na talagang meron silang page na, halimbawa, 2,000 owner ng page. Yun ang babanat sa'yo. And that costs you a lot of money. Kasi babayaran mo yung grupong yan.
That's correct, Your Honor. And let me add, Your Honor, that actually all of this that we are discussing right now is a violation of the terms of use of the social media platforms. Wala lang sila
Mr.
to...
Chair, ang tanong ko
wala lang
ganito,
sila to explain.
what
Sige.
can the CICC do? For example, like kami, maraming fake news na dumarating for us. Hindi naman totoo yan. Okay, para lang i-harass, no? I-harass o i-bash. So, what can the DICC do to at least protect us, for example?
Your Honor, we have been involved with the social media platforms, but absent of regulation, this is purely voluntary, in taking down a lot of fake accounts that have been involved in targeting key officials of government, especially the President. Marami na po, siguro mas maganda kung sila na yung magpaliwanag. There are, as far as we're concerned, there are tens of thousands in the past year that was just removed. Walang nagrereklamo because they're really bots. They really were illegitimate accounts. Some are being held as multiple accounts by legitimate people, etc., etc. And I think that's the first one. We don't look at certain personalities, but we just look at patterns. And second, Your Honor, as I mentioned, if it is really a viral thing that threatens national security or threatens our way of life, our culture, nandiyan naman po yung buong CICC Council. There are, for specific laws like OSAIC, automatic po yan, take down yan. Automatic na, kasi ano yan child pornography, and according to the law, dapat i-block eh. Yun nga lang, we have to understand as we presented, Mr. Chair, pag ang pinag-uusapan na natin, cyber libel, o yung kanina, yung satirical content, but obviously flagrant, because it was AI generated. Pero inamin naman niya, you know, I do AI for satirical, medyo mahirapan din kami pong mag-respond unless a formal complaint is filed, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Chair, there's meron kayong gustong sabihin kanina?
Please, Mr. Chair, just to address the earlier question of Congressman Abante about fake news. From the perspective of academics, educators, and fact-checkers, ayaw na po namin gamitin yung term na fake news kasi, pero ang fake news po na term ngayon ay colloquial na po. Pero ayaw po namin siyang gamitin kasi na-politicize siya, parang ginagamit siya na pang-akusa sa tao na nagsasabi ng impormasyon na ayaw natin. So sa amin, we want to focus on the term information disorder. Kaya doon po pumapasok yung tatlong bilog na pinakita kanina ni Professor Can na tinuturo din po namin sa mga students namin sa UST, no? So yung kaibahan ng disinformation, misinformation at malinformation. So sa dis and misinformation, ang pagkakaiba lang po nun ay merong intention to mislead or harm. No, kapag misinformation, nagkamali lang po. No, kagaya po siguro kanina yung issue ni Congressman Marcoleta sa mga broadsheet, baka nagkamali lang ho, honest mistake. Misinformation po 'yun, walang intention to cause harm or confusion. Yung disinformation, yun po, may malicious intent po 'yun. Yun namang malinformation, medyo controversial pa po itong term na to, but what it means is yung information ay information ay nagsisimula po sa totoo pero minamanipulate po siya in such a way that can cause harm. Yun lang po.
Sa inyo, laganap ba to sa buong Pilipinas o dito lang sa Metro Manila or urban areas, for example?
laganap po siya sa lahat po ng may access sa social media,